Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
July 25th.
Yeah, that's a date. That happens. That is a date.
July 25th is when the new Avatar movie releases.
Oh, baby! I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Trailer just dropped. I'm so excited. I know.
I haven't
I'm
seen the
sure there's
trailer.
some. It just dropped. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Hold on. I was literally just watching it.
It's good.
It's so good.
I'll watch it when we're done recording.
Yeah. Eric Nam voices Aang.
I know
I
that.
met Eric Nam.
Yeah, you're obsessed with Eric Nam.
Fucking love Eric. Way to go, buddy. Also, just the animation is beautiful. I know some of y'all people probably watch the bootleg. Shame on you.
You're horrible people.
Yeah, we
And you
need to
should
support
suffer.
animators. So.
And now we don't get it in theaters because of you.
Yeah, really. Really, truly, I'm pissed off at you guys. So. Oh, Amanda, don't say you're pissed off at the listeners. If you watch the bootleg, yeah, I'm mad at you.
It is one thing to, pirate something. You don't want to pay an exorbitant amount of money for a streaming service.
Correct.
Or multiple streaming services, or the price of a movie ticket. But to
and especially post-release.
Yeah, post-release. But then if you wanna, and especially with the way these streaming services are going, if you don't want to support Paramount Plus because of who owns them and the things they're doing to the news media, but to actively steal a movie is disgusting.
Just buy the fucking movie. Just buy it. You can buy it on Amazon or YouTube or any other service that has movies. You can get it.
Some people don't want to pay for it, and I get that, but you don't have to don't watch leaks.
Especially not a year before it releases.
Yeah, post-release, it doesn't really affect animators because the animators have already been paid and they're not getting royalties.
Correct. I'll give you. You know what? I'll give you that.
Pre-release, it does affect people's pay.
Trash.
But I'll watch the trailer after this. I'm excited for it. I did see a plot thing about it. It's he's 25 and he's dealing with the trauma of the genocide of all the airbenders.
Yeah. I'm super pumped. I've been waiting for a new Avatar movie for I don't know how long. Look, Korra was great. It was, you know what? It was mid. I like that they were lesbians.
I really like Korra.
I like that they were lesbians. Compared to the first series, it was mid. So I'm really, really hoping. The trailer gives me so much hope, and the animation is beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Also, this past weekend was 4th of July. I saw a very special friend of the pod.
I assume it was Detective and Friends.
It is Detective and Friends. I saw Erica. She says hi.
Former guest of the pod too.
Yeah,
hi Erica.
She will have to come on and do another guest feature. We were gonna do it on Sunday afternoon, but she had to leave early, or Sunday evening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna be I couldn't record Sunday afternoon either, so.
We didn't even record Sunday.
We didn't record Sunday. A tree fell on my pop's house.
Oof.
Yeah, it's fun. Here, Hannah, you can post this.
I mean, I probably won't, but okay.
It's not like it is fucked. I held a baby this weekend as well.
What a whiplash from going from my grandfather's house had a tree fall on it to, oh, I also held a baby.
Well, to be fair, I'll also send a picture of the baby. Don't post
Which we are not posting.
Yeah, don't post the picture of the baby because I don't have his mom's permission, and I don't really want to ask. But I will send you guys the
just don't think we should be posting pictures of people's babies.
We're not posting pictures of babies, no.
Yeah.
One of you two has the baby, we'll talk.
Even if I have a baby, we're not posting pictures of a baby.
Yeah, nobody
it's been decided.
Yeah, nobody gets to see my kid unless it wins an award or something.
If you want to see my kid, you better be friends with me in real life.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I held a baby for like 7 hours. He was so chill.
It's a long time to hold a baby.
Honestly, he was so chill. He like took a little nappy nap and stuff. He was just a little sweetheart. And my mom was like, "Don't get any ideas. Let's be real, guys. There's no way on the face of the earth that if I had a baby, it would be a calm baby.
It'd be a
There's
calm
just
baby. I think as they grew, they'd become less calm.
just I don't think I don't think my kids would be calm. So
You could give birth to an introvert. You never know.
look how chill he is.
He's sucking on a thumb.
He's sucking on the string of my hat.
Oh.
And then right next to the cute baby is the decimated portrait of my grandfather. Thankfully, he was at the 4th of July party with us, so nobody was in the house at the time. But man, you know what really sucks about this? He canceled his homeowner's insurance that week because he was pissed at the agent. He is kicking himself so much.
We're sure that wasn't Chainsaw.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
This is also the grandfather though who like just to give you like kind of a clue into what his personality is. I asked him why he doesn't turn his turn signal on, and he told me it's nobody's business where he's going.
It's everyone's
It's
business.
everybody's
It
business.
is
where
everyone
he's
on
going.
the road's business.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. But that is my grandfather. So yeah, kind of crazy weekend. So that is why we did not record Sunday, and we are recording on a Tuesday. If anybody cares. How was your guys' 4th of July?
But I didn't really do anything.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did
I
I
went
do
to
this weekend?
I went to my parents' house. Oh, I went to the zoo on Friday.
Oh,
Oh, Hannah. Zoo update for Hannah. Zoo
Oh,
update for Hannah.
Snow leopard?
oh.
Snow leopard, please.
I think we saw a snow leopard. Let me look at the photos. I don't remember.
Oh my God.
See. Here's the thing. You wanted snow leopard. It might not be snow leopard. I thought it was red panda, and I was like, "Oh, Hannah's gonna be excited. The red panda's out and about, having a
I
great
thought
time."
it was gonna be the polar bear, if I'm honest
The
with you.
polar bear was out and about.
I
Oh
was
wow.
gonna say the polar bear is enjoying its nice cool pool.
The polar bear is like so rarely out because she's older
She's very old.
and she wants to enjoy her little space. But she was out and about. She was enjoying. They were like, it was hot out, but it wasn't like we went earlier in the morning, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And a lot of the animals were out, surprisingly. We got to see an elephant eating. They also have now these very weird, bizarre. Last year we went to the zoo too, and they had this building you could go into that had a bunch of dinosaur animatronics. You had to pay extra to see them, though.
I don't remember this at all.
It was only around for a year because now they're just kind of scattered throughout the zoo.
Dinosaur animatronics?
Yeah.
Dinosaurs
very
aren't
bizarrely.
real anymore.
No, you're right, Amanda. You're correct.
So why are they at a zoo?
Don't you want
animals
Jurassic
that are
Park?
alive?
I don't know, Amanda. I don't know why they're there. They're very bizarre. Yeah,
This
no
feels
snow
like-
leopard. Sorry, Hannah. I thought it was the red panda, not the snow leopard. Now I got it in my mind. No snow leopard. I'm sorry.
Y'all excited for nothing.
I apologize.
Yeah, this feels like when Disney was like, "Oh, we're gonna make an animal kingdom," and they're like, "Actually, we're gonna have a dinosaur land."
That would have been cool, though.
Huh?
That would have been super dope.
They did.
What are
They
you talking
did make
about?
it. They
I
did
know,
make it.
but like they didn't go full force. Animal Kingdom was also supposed to have like a mythological animal section, and
Right,
they
were
didn't do
supposed to
that.
have Beastly Kingdom. And if you look on like the sign, I think like unicorn or a dragon
They
is
used-
like still
yeah,
on the sign.
Yeah,
And
that would've been
instead
cool.
we're getting like the Encanto stuff. Which like I don't mind.
I'm probably
But, like-
Encanto. Instead, we got all the fucking Avatar shit. I don't want those avatars around. Get them out of here.
Look, I felt the same way until I fucking rode the rides. And I was like, God damn it. I hate that they're really cool.
The rides are probably good, but they can make the rides about something else, not.
You're correct. You are
Not
you are
Avatar.
absolutely correct. The
It's
floating
the
mountains
wrong
do
form
look
of
dope,
Avatar.
Yeah, but they don't have access to the right Avatar.
Yeah, no, that's
they're
Nickelodeon.
Wrong company.
Yeah. Disney has to buy Nickelodeon, and I don't think they're gonna do that anytime soon.
But yeah, we
I
went to
would
the
hope
zoo
not.
Friday, and then Saturday I went to my parents and we had a cookout, and then we bought some like little sparklers and little fireworks and set them off in our backyard area
Cute.
where the useless pool that is still unopened because it's still broken.
Just taunting
Did
you.
just taunting me every day. Did
It
have
really
some
does
use
piss
where
them off.
we could have like we easily got a bucket of water to put the discarded fireworks stuff in, so they were completely doused. But yeah, the pool still broken.
I kind of was laughing at you on like Friday because it
Oh,
was so hot and you
Yeah,
had
I was
no
laughing at
pool.
Franklin too.
I was so angered about every time we went to the zoo. When we went to the zoo, every time there was an animal, like
In
swimming
its
around,
water.
and Jen was recording it. Yeah, in the water, I would just look at her and go, "That should be me.
That should be
I should be
me.
swimming around."
Uh-huh. You should, but you're not.
You
Because your
suffered the
pool,
same fate as Punksy Phil.
yeah, your
Oh
pool is
yeah.
broken.
I forgot I did on Friday. My mom and I went up to Punxsutawney because she was adding stuff to her antique booth that's up there. And when we drove through the middle of Punxsutawney, they had their little like 4th of July fair carnival thing. So we stopped for food and Punksy Phil was there. So I
Why are
got
we
to see
why,
Punksy Phil.
why are we bothering this groundhog in
Yeah.
July?
They
We
had
already
him
bother him in February.
they had him in a plexiglass tube just baking in the
Why?
sun.
Oh my
That's
god.
so cruel.
Look, this is
Let
why I hate Punxsutawney.
let this groundhog live his life.
I I I I hate Punxsutawney so much.
To be fair, that he was like right by the library/Barrow building where he lives most of the year. So like he went in and out between the hot air and the air conditioning quite frequently.
Well, you didn't say that when you said tube. I thought they literally just
Well,
had him in a tube.
well, he was. Like they weren't holding him. He wasn't on a leash or
You
anything.
made it sound like they just put him in a tube. Frankie, back me up here.
It did sound like that. I don't think we should bother him at all, even if he has access to air conditioning. Like, let him just be where he wants to be.
Let him be
Yeah.
in the library with his wife and children.
Yeah.
Does he have a
Just
wife and children?
He does.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has his wife Phyllis. And they
I
had
like that. No.
2 kids.
I'm looking this up.
I
I
forget
don't
what
like
the
that his
children's
wife's.
names are.
I don't like that his wife's name is Phyllis.
What else were they gonna name her?
Anything else? There's a million
Philomena?
girl names in the world. They don't. It doesn't have to be Phil related.
It could just be like Penelope.
Yeah,
No.
that's a nice name.
And it starts
No,
with a
it's
P,
Phyllis.
so like you get the alliteration, Phil and Penelope.
But it's
And,
not
you know-
No.
based on Phil.
Yeah, he's a wife. Wow.
And they
Honestly-
had
Good for
kids
him.
like a year
Good
or
for
2
him.
ago, but I don't think the kids are with them anymore. I think the kids got sent to some other.
Prison. They got sent to prison. Damn. That's a shame.
I'd like to. I want to read this. I'm looking at Punxsutawney Phil's Wikipedia page, and at the bottom of In Media and Culture, it says Phil is the protagonist of a 2024 play, How to Kill a Rodent. In the play, Canadian Guy and Carrie go to Punxsutawney to commit an act of terrorism against the United States by assassinating Phil on live TV.
I mean, I guess that would get us to go to war with Canada pretty quickly.
What a dope show that sounds like.
I am so. I was like, Jesus Christ! I don't
mean-
condone. I do not condone killing a Phil.
Please don't kill
Oh.
our groundhogs.
Don't kill Phil. But
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
that sounds like a dope show.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a great show. Phil resides with a mate, Phyllis, at the Punxsutawney Memorial Library in a climate-controlled environment. Phil has sired 2 babies, the first time in history of the event that such a siring had happened. The birth
I don't like sire.
surprise.
I don't like the use of the word sire.
The birth surprised the inner circle, which had assumed that groundhogs do not breed in captivity. As a result of the birth, the family will move permanently to Gobbler's Knob. The inner circle disown the babies from ever inheriting their father's position.
Sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
One, they should inherit. Two,
They should.
I don't like that they're constantly referred to as the inner circle. Like, I already think this is such a stupid thing, but it really makes it feel like a cult.
Yeah, no, it totally is a cult. You know what pisses me off the most? Even as a kid, I remember, I think I went to Punxsutawney once with my dad, and they're like, Phil, is it gonna be 6 more weeks of winter? And they like hold him next to like their ear and they pretend to listen, and then they whisper back.
That's not how it works. He sees his shadow or he doesn't. He doesn't fucking give a prediction.
Yeah,
He doesn't speak to them.
Apparently they talk. They talk. And he's like, Phil says 6 more weeks of winter. And I'm just
This is
that
bullshit.
groundhog can say anything. One last thing I'd like to talk about before we get into this movie. And it is small and minor, and I'm sure nobody cares about it, but I care about it. Disneyland released a new animatronic at the Pirates of the Caribbean. Have all of you seen the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at some point?
Yeah, I've seen the new animatronic too. People are in an uproar about it. People are upset. I don't get why.
Sucks.
I didn't look into it, so.
One, it has a projection face, which I think projection faces are just bad across the board. We don't have the good enough technology necessary for it. The thing that upsets me is that first part of the ride is very like creepy and like very stoic, very atmospheric. There's no animatronics, there's just a bunch of skeletons everywhere. So the fact that they have this animatronic who like turns into a person, has this weird kind of laugh, looks at this coin, like it ruins the atmosphere. Because now as I'm traveling down this creepy corridor, all I hear is somebody going, oh, oh, oh. Like that ruins it for me. Also, let the skeleton be a mystery. He didn't need to be an animatronic. We were fine. Don't touch pirates. There was nothing wrong with it. Stop it. All right, I'm done.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, stop it. Stop touching classic rides that don't need to be touched. So, guys, what did you guys watch?
We watched another.
I'm sorry. Wait a second. What do you mean? What did we watch? You must have watched the same thing.
What are you talking about?
Did you not watch it?
You can't do this again, Amanda.
Of course I watched it.
All right, we watched the great. I can't ever remember the fucking name. The
Locomotive.
Great Locomotive Chase.
We watched another dad movie.
This does feel very daddish.
This one got me. I don't know if it's because I'm engaged now. I'm starting a family. Maybe this one got me. I enjoyed it.
Do we need to get you a dad chair?
You enjoyed this, Franklin?
I enjoyed it to a point. I mean, it is I gave it. I put it on my list right below The Littlest Outlaw. I didn't like it as much as The Littlest Outlaw, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. What I'm hearing is that you liked it more than Davy Crockett.
Oh, I did enjoy it way more than Davy Crockett.
First of all, I just want to say, I've never even fucking heard about this. When you guys were taught history, did you guys hear about any of this? And then this is where, like, the Medal of Honor came from?
No, but also, I'd like to say, like, they talk about it like it's this great locomotive. It is a locomotive chase, but like, they didn't really accomplish anything, did they? They just kind of stole a train, cut down some telegraph wires, and then got caught.
And let me tell you, like a high-speed chase.
Yeah,
and it just nothing happened.
Look, I'm gonna talk a lot about the actual locomotive chase because this movie is literally like.
I mean, that'll probably be better than the movie. I will say, the main problem I have with the movie before you start doing your stuff, Hannah or Amanda, fucking hell.
I also have a problem with it, so let's see if our problem matches.
My main problem is, I'm not saying they need to be like fucking cartoon villains because humans aren't really like that, and they're trying to tell a which seems to be a historical tale. But The fact that the Confederacy characters are portrayed almost as heroically as the Union soldiers, I got a real
Frankie,
problem with that.
Frankie, you hit the nail on the head for me. There was one point where I was like, "Are we rooting for the Confederacy?"
There's a point in the movie when I forget the name of the fucking like the main antagonist of the movie.
William Fuller.
Fuller, yes, thank you. There's a point where like
they commend him.
They
like
commend
the heroics of
the narration commends him at one point, and I get that like soldiers are always gonna be like have some like level of respect for the opposition in a battle, but like they really glaze this guy, and then the worst part was though from a theatrical point of view is that there's a point where the Union do something to stop. I think it's when they set the train car on fire in the middle of the track.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see the Confederacy get out of it, they play heroic music.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're the villains, guys.
Yeah, it just felt like, which side are we on?
It felt like they were trying to both sides the Civil War.
Yeah. Like they were trying not to piss off anybody. And in the process, they've pissed me off. Pick a side.
I think there were really good moments in this movie that were like really tense and interesting. Of like, oh yeah, they're spies from the North in the South, and it works because they're from Kentucky, which was a contested area during the Civil War. And some of the moments in the chase are tense, and then some moments I'm just like, I can't believe we're celebrating the Confederates.
Yeah, no, this film did give me anxiety at some point, not in like a bad way, but I was just like, I don't like this. Like, and I knew the outcome. Like, I knew going into this that this was not gonna go well.
I did not like, however, that I didn't like the Also, I didn't like the way they framed the story.
Mm-hmm.
In like the storytelling device they use, where we see them get the Medal of Honor, and then we get the backstory of why they're getting it.
Yeah.
Because then we learn immediately that the main character dies.
Yeah. I mean, he even also says, but we lost our leader or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, the framing device, I thought at first it was like a preview for the movie.
Like the trailer?
Yeah. I thought I was like given a trailer. I thought the framing device was the trailer at first. And then I realized, oh no, we're going to get flashback now.
We're going to talk about this movie. I am going to talk about like the actual locomotive chase a little bit. So The Great Locomotive Chase is a 1956 American adventure western film produced by Walt Disney Productions, and it is actually based on the Great Locomotive Chase that occurred in 1862 during the American Civil War. It was filmed in CinemaScope and in color, and it stars Fess Parker, who we all know as Davy Crockett. Yeah, look, I did like Fess's performance here way more than I liked his performance in Davy Crockett. Maybe that's because, he doesn't have a wife that dies.
He doesn't just abandon his children.
Yeah, he also doesn't abandon his kids. So it was written and produced by Lawrence Edward Watkins and directed by Francis D. Line. It is an 85-minute full-color film. And it was filmed in Georgia and North Carolina along the now abandoned Tallulah Falls Railway. Released in U.S. theaters by Buena Vista Distribution Company on June 8, 1956, and capitalized on Parker's growing fame as an actor from his portrayal of Davy Crockett. They were like, this guy is a star because we made him one. Let's bring him back. The film actually reteamed him with Jeff York, who had portrayed Mike Fink in the Davy Crockett miniseries. I don't remember who Mike Fink was. I think he might have been the friend of Davy Crockett.
Nope. That's if we look at the Disney rankings, the friend of Davy Crockett is in fact Georgie Russell.
I don't know who this man is.
Me either.
Then, so. So cast, Fess Parker is James J. Andrews. By the way, all of these are based on real people. Jeffrey Hunter as William A. Fuller, who apparently is also the main hero, it feels like. At points. This feels wrong. Jeff York as William Campbell. Which, let me tell ya, who signed this guy up? This guy is such a hothead. I was like, get him out of here.
I'm on his side though. Let's kill these fucking Confederates.
I was on his side towards the end, but at the very beginning, when he couldn't even sing along, dude, you're a spy. Act the part. John Lipton as Corporal William Penninger. Eddie Firestone as Robert Buffman. Kenneth Tobey as Anthony Murphy. Don McGowan as Marion A. Ross. Claude Jarman Jr. as Jacob Parrott. Harry Carey Jr. as William Bensinger. Leonard P. Gear as James A. Wilson. George Robotham as William Knight. Stan Jones as Wilson W. Brown. And that's all I'm going to read. There's a bunch more. You guys can look it up. There were very few women in this. So.
Were there any?
There were 2 women.
that one woman at the beginning, I remember.
So sorry, there were 3 women.
The house they stay in.
One of them was like the woman owner of like the Widow Inn or whatever that they stayed in. One of them was the dinner guest that they were eating at the Widow Inn, and then the other one, of course, was a slave woman. So that was cool. Way to go. By the way, I think that woman is uncredited.
Good.
Yeah, just so that we're clear on that. Because I don't fucking see her name anywhere here. The locomotives that they used for this film are actually still around as of at least March 2021. They are 2 surviving locomotives from the chase, and 3 of which appear in the film were located as follows. So the General, which is displayed at the Southern Museum of Civil War and Locomotive History in Kennesaw, Georgia. A shooting script of the Great Locomotive Chase is actually on display along with a movie poster there as well. The Texas is displayed at the Atlanta History Center in Buckhead. The Lafayette, which played the Yonah in the film, is displayed at the B&O Railroad Museum. The William Mason is also displayed at the B&O Railway Museum. And the Inyo is displayed and occasionally operated at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada. So the first 3 locomotives commandeered by conductor William A. Fuller, the Yonah, was portrayed in the film by the Lafayette, which was a 1927 built 420 replica of an identical locomotive of the same name and built in 1837. Yet the original Yonah did not have the 420 design, but was a 440 design that predated the newer 440 designs of other locomotives involved in the chase. 2 locomotives used in the actual chase had been preserved, though they were not in working order. In 1956, the General was on display at the Chattanooga Union Station, and the Texas was at the Atlanta Cyclorama. It would have been too costly to make them safely operational. But Disney, Disney and his love of railroads, had access to 2 working 440s of nearly identical appearance, both movie veterans, the William Mason and the Inyo. So for the film, with changes to the paintwork, the William Mason became the General, and the Catuzza and the Inyo served as both the Texas and the William R. Smith. So, so they I mean, I'm sure you guessed this, but they did use actual railroads and railways, so that was kind of cool.
I mean, it looks nice. I mean, I know if they made a movie like this today, it would just all be CGI and look shit.
Correct. Yeah. So
Not
like,
against CGI artists, but it's because they don't pay them enough. So
right. So, the film actually received mixed reviews upon release. Though it was given acceptable reviews by most critics, the film was not as successful as Walt had hoped it would be. This may have been due to the anticlimactic ending. Possibly. According to a reviewer by Bosley Crowther of the New York Times, quote, "The excitement is over when they abandon the trains." Moreover, some felt the film to be rather depressing or downbeat since the main characters are unsuccessful in their mission, and some, including the lead character, wind up being executed. So yeah.
I'm fine with an unhappy ending. It's just
Okay, here's a better one. Variety wrote, quote, "It varies between good and fair entertainment values, with enough exciting passages to promise okay prospects at the box office." Harrison Reports declared, "This Walt Disney historical melodrama should give fairly good satisfaction to the general run of audiences. The action moves at a swift pace and is filled with many exciting, if incredible, situations before the raiders are caught." The Monthly Film Bulletin wrote that despite the lack of inventive incident, the story has a number of tense sequences without perhaps rivaling the pace and gusto of Davy Crockett. The attempt to present both the pursuer and the pursued as equally attractive figures is highly successful, but inevitably weakens the drama of the situation. I agree with that last one.
I think
Yeah,
Variety had it right in saying it's fine.
Yeah, it's fair. So the film was released on video in 1983 and later on DVD, first on April 25th, 2000, and then re-released on May 4th, 2004.
but not put on
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think they were like, "Oh man, we tried to portray these guys as kind of neutral. Like, we didn't really pick a side. We picked a side, but you'd have to squint a little bit, and that's not a good look for us anymore."
I think they forgot it existed.
There. Again, I didn't know this whole railroad chase thing existed until I had to watch this movie. Honestly, I think in school, like middle school, elementary school, I would have been excited to learn about this. So,
I would have been excited to watch a movie in class.
yeah, absolutely. So, just some things I want to point out about the Great Locomotive Chase. So, like the actual chase before I get into the movie. So the whole reason why they did this was so that Major General Mitchell could Major General Mitchell commanded federal troops in the middle of Tennessee, and they sought a way to try to shrink the extent of the northern and western borders of the Confederacy by pushing them away and out of contact with the Ohio and Mississippi valleys. This could be done first by southward and then by eastward penetration from the Union base at Nashville. The goal then was to capture the water and railway junction of Chattanooga, Tennessee, thereby severing the Confederacy's contact with both the Ohio and Mississippi river valleys, which would have just fucking fucked them over, right?
Good plan.
Yeah, great plan. So they failed, right?
They tried. Gold
They
star, they
tried.
tried.
So Andrew and all of his men were caught within 2 weeks of this chase, including 2 who had actually missed the hijacking in the first place. They just didn't show up. They just missed it. and Mitchell's attack on Chattanooga ultimately failed. Something else I want you guys to know about this was the chase. So the movie had it pretty good when it came to speed. Um, the train conductor, William Allen Fuller, and 2 other men did chase the stolen train first on foot and then by handcar. Locomotives at the time averaged 15 miles per hour with short bursts of speed about 20 miles per hour. In addition, the terrain of North Atlanta is very hilly and steep. Even today, average speeds of a railway in that area is about 40 miles per hour between Chattanooga and Atlanta. Since Andrews intended to stop periodically to perform acts of sabotage, a determined pursuer, even on foot, could conceivably have caught up with the train before it reached Chattanooga. So I'm not saying this wasn't well thought out. I'm just saying we could have done a little bit better, guys. But when I heard Great Locomotive Chase, the last thing I was thinking was 20 miles an hour. Yeehaw. We will
Again,
talk
in
about
our like 2026 brains, you hear locomotive chase and your brain goes to like high speed.
how fast does Usain Bolt run? Does he run 20 miles per hour? Like in short bursts?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Yeah,
Continue.
I
can
I
you?
feel
will look
like
up.
Usain Bolt could overtake the train.
Yeah, if Usain Bolt can overtake this, I'm not impressed.
Usain's Bolt's peak running speed, which he only did for 20 meters, I'll have
Okay.
you know, was 27.78 miles per hour.
Oh,
His average speed for the entire 100-meter race of that year was 23.35 miles per hour.
that's still more.
That's more than the 15.
That's more than the 15, and it's more than the short bursts of 20. Usain Bolt would have had these fuckers. Oh, wait, no, we don't want that. Never mind.
Usain Bolt would have been on our side and like just carried the train.
Yeah, that's true. He would have just pushed the train. Yeah, not really that thrilling high speed of a chase to me. But Frankie's a dad now, apparently, now that he's engaged. So
I enjoyed.
he really dug this
I had a
movie.
fairly. Well, I didn't really dig it. I had a fairly good time.
You know what this means, Frankie? You know this
What?
is just this is a small. This is how you start to dip your toe into conservative.
That's
Being a
not true at
conservative.
all.
That is so true. First, it starts with like war movies and stuff, and then you start getting upset about just everything. It's what happened to Hannah's dad. It's what happened to my dad.
I don't think that's gonna happen to me.
Hannah, just remember I said this, right?
I think Frankie's gonna stay blue.
God, I hope so.
I'm pretty
But
sure.
he is going to become a dad.
You are gonna become a dad. You're gonna get a beer belly and everything, even though you don't drink beer.
I think I already have that. So
I think the next step is the dad chair.
Oh, do you have a dad chair?
we have one in the game room. I don't use it that often though, because I
This
don't
is
like
not
sit in
this
there
is not
that
a good
much.
sign for you. I'd get rid of that chair.
I don't use it though
You say that, and then eventually you will use it.
that often. I use it only if I'm working from home and Jen's like home. But eventually, yeah, I'll probably use it.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't good. All right, so the plot. In April of 1862, Corporal, I think that's Corporal. It's C.P.L. Dot. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
Corporal?
Corporal.
Okay, cool. Corporal William Pittenger and several other soldiers, including William Campbell, are posted outside of Nashville under orders from their general. Our leading man guy, James J. Andrews, Fess Parker. I kind of just want to call him Fess. Rides in to speak with the General Mitchell. He then assigns Andrews the mission of hijacking a train behind Confederate lines and destroying bridges all along the Western and Atlantic Railroad. First of all, I believe from what we are to assume from this movie that James J. Andrews was working for the Secret Service.
Sure.
What did you say?
He was working for like the Secret Service. That's what
Who?
Andrews.
They say that in the movie, but I guess he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was or if he wasn't.
They drop like one line about it in the movie. And that's
Yeah.
it.
So, but he wanted to quit being Secret Service and he wanted to go on the front lines. Look, if there's anything that this movie taught me, it's that being a soldier sucks. I mean, I'm so glad that there were people who fought for our country and stuff, but man, you guys have better and stronger
Wait a
mettle
second.
than
What
I
year
do.
did this movie take place in?
1862?
He couldn't have been Secret Service. Secret Service didn't exist until 1865.
Oh, okay, cool. So, who the fuck was he? Who is this fucker? Anyway, so this general, it's the general's idea to hitch and do these this train hijacking. Which I guess sure it's a general, but like did the general talk to anybody about this or he was like, "Nah, you just do it. Just do it."
I think
So,
that's how that works.
yeah, I think that's
Back
how
in
it
the
works.
1860s, yes.
Yeah. They didn't go through proper channels. They were just like, "Yeah, I trust him." The whole
He might
plan
have written a letter to like some higher generals, been like, "This is happening."
maybe. Yeah, and it would have taken them like 6 months to get it back, so
It would have happened already.
yeah, so they would have just been like, "Hope you're cool with it. Bye." I may or may not be dead, and a bunch of other people that I you know, wrapped into this.
You should also probably destroy this letter afterwards.
Yeah. This whole plot was to delay reinforcements against Mitchell's planned attack on Chattanooga, as well as cripple the Confederate Army supply lines, which we talked about. Ideally, this could, if this worked out, put an end to the war. Like, if their supply lines were fucked, I don't know if it would necessarily put an end to the war, but it would definitely have hindered them a lot more. So Pittenger, Campbell, and a bunch more soldiers meet Andrews the next night on a hillside, where he tells them to arrive in Marietta, Georgia by April 10th. Something that I have a problem with. One, they say he's Secret Service. And this is where I'm like, I don't know. Because if I was planning this heist, I would have found way more capable men. Who am I to judge?
What
He
are
was
you
just like,
looking for then?
yeah, he was just like, what am I looking for?
Yes.
I'm
If you're
looking for
planning
somebody.
this heist, what is the ideal candidate?
I'm definitely looking for muscle. I'm looking for a bunch of people who are good with lies or could lie on the spot and it be a good lie.
So
I'm
not
looking.
the hothead.
No, Honestly, everybody here fucking sucked at telling lies. Even Pittenger.
They all acted like they'd never lied in their life.
Exactly. Meanwhile, like, Andrews comes in and is just like, this is easy for me. And he says it isn't, but, like, you need men who make it look easy. Like, if it was life and death for me, you better believe I would making a, like, southern draw. I would be, like, singing all of the awful songs that they were singing.
What
Okay.
you're saying is you're looking for a theater kid.
I am. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for some muscle. Because Frankie and Hannah, you're both right. They should have at one point just stopped and shot all of those people who were chasing them. They wouldn't have gotten to like if they would have the first time they saw that he was chasing them when they were just on those cars, they should have just fucking taken them out.
There was only like 3 people at that point, too.
Exactly. They should have just taken them out and we wouldn't have any of this. Everybody would just be like, "Oh yeah, go on by, sure." Stupid. So, also, he tells all of them, and this is where I think Andrews is dumb. He tells all of them to say they're from the same town in Kentucky. Dumbass.
Should have had various towns.
You should have had so many different towns. Not everybody is going to know everybody in a town. Pick big towns. And it doesn't just have to be in Kentucky either. I know Kentucky was like the really contested kind of state, but like there are others of those. So
There are also other towns in Kentucky.
Exactly. Why did it have to be that specific one? It made no sense. So, over the
I think
next
the
3 days.
reason they give is that town, no one had defected from that specific town yet.
Correct. That is correct. And also, at this point, what is the likelihood that you're going to run into somebody from that defected town? Like, from a defected town that's going to recognize you as, like, hey, you said you're from this? I don't fucking recognize you. You keep your head down. You only speak when spoken to. Over the next 3 days, the men travel south through Confederate territory in small groups so that they don't draw suspicion, which is great and all, until they all come to the same inn. Pinninger and Campbell rendezvous with Andrews and 2 others at an inn on the Tennessee River, but rain causes Andrew to delay the attempt for about a day. While they're at the inn, Campbell is really not doing great at lying. He looks like he's pissed off, because he is pissed off because he has to pretend to like these Confederate people. Which again, fair. And also, do you want this to fucking work, Campbell? Put your fucking head in the game. On the morning of April 12th, I'm telling you, if I was leading this mission, like if I was writing this story and everything, everybody would have different fucking backgrounds. They'd know like who their ma and pa was and stuff. They'd have a whole background. They'd have letters from their fiance to prove things. Like I'd
So
be
proper spy work.
exactly. I would be fucking on it. So this is why we need women. So on the
Did
morning
we exist in 1862?
Only
we
3
did.
of you. Only
Yeah,
3
only
women.
3 of them. Yeah. Yeah. On the morning of April 12th, April 2nd, Andrews and the Raiders congregate in a railroad hotel in Marietta. They board a northbound train, pulled on that day by the General, a locomotive, waiting for the breakfast stop at Big Shanty. While on the train, Andrew is approached by the conductor, William A. Fuller, who is very suspicious about all of these men who boarded with him, and they all seem to know each other because they fucking suck at lying and they keep looking at one another.
They all sit next to each other too.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Andrew, in order to like, fool Fuller, shows a letter from Brigadier General Beauregard. This convinces Fuller that Andrews and his men are Confederate agents. So while the passengers, once they stop and get breakfast, while the passengers and crew eat, Andrews and the men drop the passenger cars and hijack the engine. And they then proceed north. Now, Fuller witnesses this along with his engineer, Jeff Kane, and foreman, Anthony Murphy. See, this is when there's only 3 of them. They should have just fucking...
Just tie him up.
Just wait for them at... Okay, so you cut the line. Wait for them where you cut the line and hijack them. Like, just fucking ambush them. How hard is that? And you have nobody calling and being like, oh, missing. And even if you didn't want the train to stop, at least leave a few people there to hijack. Or ambush or whatever. You know what I mean? This just pisses me off. Anyway. So, Fuller witnesses this and pursues them on foot. And eventually, his foreman and engineer follow swiftly after him. Andrews and his men continue on, pulling up track to block any trains from the south and cutting telegraph wires to stop any town ahead of them from being alerted. Let me just say, they did not have the right tools to be pulling up track. If you were going to do this, General, I'm talking to the General, not Andrews, I'm talking to the General. Give them some fucking good tools. They're pulling up the rails with another rail. So, Fuller and his men continue to pursue the raiders, first on foot, and then they find a handcar. And then eventually they get on a small yard engine, the Yona. So Andrews and the raiders make their scheduled stop at Kingston to wait for a southbound freight train. Andrew disguises their mission from a suspicious station staff by claiming that he is running an extra ammunition supply train to Beauregard. There's an old man here who doesn't buy it for a fucking second. Once the southbound train arrives, the Raiders learn, to their surprise, that Mitchell had captured Huntsville ahead of schedule, and the Confederates are now running extra freights down the south, including another train coming in from the north unscheduled. This also pisses me off. Mitchell, the fucking general, decided, hey, I'm going to do this attack a little earlier, or I might fuck up these people. If you want this to work, dude, just stay put for a little bit. So after 45 minutes of extra waiting, the last train finally arrives, and the Raiders can continue north. Now Fuller and his men just missed them by like 10 minutes when they reach Kingston. After alerting the station master of the situation, Fuller and his men take the locomotive, the William R. Smith, waiting on the side of the track, and continue until reaching another section of removed track. Fuller and Murphy then wave down Pete Bracken and his southbound express and continue to chase with his engine, the Texas, running in reverse. The Raiders try to stop their pursuers, but they only succeed in slowing them down a little bit. The Raiders arrive at the first bridge and attempt to burn it down by lighting a boxcar and setting the brake to it so it can be prevented from being moved. Fuller disables the brake once he gets there with his car, and the Texas pushes the car out, which leaves the bridge intact. Look, it was a smart idea and all, but why don't you just like actually set the bridge on fire? I know it rained or whatever, but like with the general out of wood and water and being unable to continue, Andrew decides to stop and fight. But before they can, the Confederate cavalry from Ringgold approaches, sent by General Ledbetter, because Fuller got a telegraph sent ahead to the Raiders. Fuller arrives and reclaims his train as the Raiders, having failed in their mission, flee into the wilderness. Over the next week, 2 weeks, the Raiders are hunted down and captured. The group is transferred, we hear, from jail to jail across the South, ultimately learning that they have been found guilty and are to be hanged soon. One day while in their cell in Atlanta, one of them manages to break the group's chains, and they plan to escape the next morning. All the men make it over the wall of the jail yard except Andrews and Campbell, who stay behind to fight off their captors. 8 of the raiders, including Penninger, manage to escape, while the rest are recaptured. Before his execution, Andrew requests a final visit from Fuller, which I'm not sure if this happens in real life or not, who begrudgingly shows up. Andrew expresses hopes that Fuller will not hold a grudge for deceiving him, acknowledging that they both fought in their own ways. Andrew laments that he will not live to see the end of the war when both sides come together and shake hands, and asks Fuller if they could do so instead. And Fuller obliges, marking the end of their war and putting Andrews at peace. On March 25th, 1863, the 8 surviving raiders are summoned to the U.S. War Department and are brought before the War Secretary, Edwin Stanton, to receive the first medals of honor. Stanton said that their parish comrades will also receive a Medal of Honor posthumously.
Posthumously?
Thank you. With the exception of Andrews, who is ineligible due to being a civilian operative. This also excludes William Campbell as well. Pittenger thanks Stanton on behalf of all of the raiders, and the film ends. Let me just say, the escape did happen. Not all of the men, like Pittenger, I don't think escaped. I think the way it happened was a couple people were hanged. Some did escape, absolutely. A lot of them were recaptured, and then they just kind of waited in jail until they did a prisoner of war exchange. But yeah, we learned something new about history. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know this thing existed and was real.
And now you do.
And now I do. So let's get into the rankings.
Now you're all the better for it.
I don't know if I'm better for it.
You learned a fact. That makes you a little better.
I'm putting this below Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Well, wait a second. I
Oh,
gotta.
we're
This
just
isn't
getting
even.
into it.
This isn't even the updated list. What are we doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! Come on now. Let me update the lists here real fast.
Mm.
Oh no, I went too far in the list. I went to our Scooby Doo list.
Oh no.
Okay, now the lists have been updated. I assume you're still sticking with that. Right above Davy Crockett and right below Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so the Great Locomotive Chase, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is number 16 on our list of Disney movies. We've hit 30 movies, by the way. This is our 30th film.
That's
Mhm.
insane.
30 Disney movies.
And I
Okay.
don't feel like we're making progress in the Disney
No.
canon.
But we are. We're just hitting all the movies you didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next protagonist.
I feel like we
Well,
asked this last time, but who's Ned Land?
he's from 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Okay.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Damn.
Yeah.
You took 19,000 leagues away.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I fucking did. So fuck. I guess I'd put him below Alice. Which I love how some of the numbers, it's like number 5, number 4, Cinderella.
Right, you're putting him below Alice. Who's the protagonist in this?
James J. Andrews.
James J. Andrews. Okay.
You better put the movie in parentheses.
Yeah, I would. I would.
I will. I'm just putting Locomotive.
Works. That works.
All right, what else?
Villain. William Fuller. I guess he's the villain. I want to say the whole Confederacy is the villain.
Yeah, but he's the representation of the
Confederacy, yeah.
I mean, he's the villain because he's the Confederacy. He doesn't really do anything, though.
Well, here's the question. Is he better or worse than the Benchley family?
I mean, he's a better villain than the Benchley family.
Yeah, he definitely is.
And I hate him because he's the Confederacy.
Yeah. I forget who the Duke of Buckingham is. Oh, yes, I do. He's from The Sword and the Rose. The Duke of Montrose I actually hate, I think, more than I hate this guy. He's just like a mid-villain. Like, I don't think he's super evil. I don't like him either. Like, I feel indifferent about him.
I want him to be worse than he is.
Yeah.
Because
he's for the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Villain speaking wise, they didn't portray him that evil. And that's what pisses me off.
And he needs to be portrayed as evil because he is evil.
But he wasn't, and that's the problem.
Again, yeah, I don't, like I said earlier, I don't need a cartoon villain, but he needs to be hateable.
Yeah, I want to, like, whenever he hugged the kid, whenever the kid was like, I'll go through the tunnel, he should have pushed the kid. Push that kid. Make me hate you a little bit.
Shove him into the fire.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like we have to put him below the Duke of Montrose because I think he was a better villain. Because he actually gave us something. We fucking hated that man. And he's definitely not fucking morally gray. No songs and no couples.
All right, so we have 14 villains, 18 hero protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all we have.
Do you guys want to hear what the next movie is?
Just the next one. Just give us the next one.
It's Davy Crockett and the River Pirates.
No. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
When are we out of the dad movies?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does Old Yeller count as a dad movie?
No. That's a depression movie, but it's not a dad movie.
5. We have 5 movies.
5?
Until we're out of dad territory. And then
That's
we
so
have
many.
Then we have 3 more after that until we get to Sleeping Beauty.
Disney, what are you doing?
They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Just
Hey, we're
make
getting
princess
closer to
movies.
we're getting closer to Swiss Family Robinson though. So I'm kind of happy about that.
That's an alright movie. I'm fine with that one.
101 Dalmatians.
Oh, a good movie
Yeah, yeah.
with doggies.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's next month. Next week we are watching the December 4th, 1995 Monday Nitro.
Oh no.
We're in a new month.
We're in a new month. Is this
A new
December?
month. Yeah, December 4th, 1995 is where we'll be. That is next week's episode, so watch that if you would like to watch along with us. And unless anyone has anything else they'd like to add, let's wrap up. As of recording, we're on YouTube and Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notification so you know when each episode is uploaded. If you're listening to us on Spotify, remember to leave a rating and a review and follow the show so you know when every episode is uploaded. No matter where you're listening to the show, please remember to share this with anyone who you think might enjoy the variety of things that we talk about over here, from cryptids to wrestling to Disney. If you would like to send us an email where you can ask us a question, give us some episode topic ideas, or just give us some of your general thoughts about the show, you can send us an email over to
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled Hear.
if you would like to see some great artwork done by Amanda, some funny memes created by Hannah, see some images of the things that we discuss in the episode, you can find all of that and more over on our Instagram page, which is.
Nothing to see here pod.
And that is all of the business taken care of. So saying goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
Don't let becoming a dad happen to you and your friends. Stay away from these Disney movies. And dad chairs.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.